if Christian Petrarca moved clubs, if people thought the scenes about what Jason Horne-Francis copped for leaving North Melbourne, if actually a good example involving Melbourne, a lot of people reflect on the time Tom Scully, number 1 draft pick, left Melbourne for GWS. Worst kept secret in football, that was. But when he returned as a GWS player for the first time against Melbourne, a lot of GWS people said the scenes that the Melbourne fans gave him were not nice. Like, yes, he was booed. There was people like throwing money at him.
Jeez.
There was people throwing their cheese boards and whatnot. But if Petrarca moved, if for a bloke that's on social media a lot, for a bloke that next time if he's playing for Carlton against Melbourne, it does the Ron Barassi, should I say, it's not going to be pretty for him. And his brand will not be enhanced. His brand will be tainted. If he moved like that, his brand will be tainted.
I think it's starting to take a hit now because he hasn't come out and spoken, and because he is so prevalent on social media. Like, it's simple for him, if it's not true, to come out and just put it on there. Video will take 2 seconds.
Well,
he was supposed to do an interview on Friday night and pulled the pin. Well, he's saying that Melbourne pulled the pin. Melbourne is saying he pulled the pin last minute. He's supposed to do a Channel 7 interview with their team. And I think he got, well, from the reports is that he got wind that Mitch Cleary was going to be there. So he didn't want to face the reporter side of it. He thought it was just going to be ex-players and soft butter-up questions. But it's quite simple for him to knock it on the head. So the more it festers and starts to build, I think the more truth there is to it.
He's posted on social media in the past 24 hours, and that's just promoting something he's going to be at. So does he want to be a champion footballer or does he want to be an influencer? I cannot believe I'm saying stuff like this, but if you are requesting a trade because of your brand, because you want to play in front of big crowds and whatnot, I sincerely hope that's not true.
Well, but regardless, you're not trading him.
No. Well, hang on, Alistair. I believe you said that maybe Melbourne should give him 3 more years and he can have a chat with you in 2028.
Gary Lyons' idea is not too bad.
Yeah.
But you're not trading him.
No.
You're not trading him in the slightest. You're staying. And if he sits out, he sits out.
I don't get
trading him.
I don't get the brand thing because
he's huge anyway.
He's huge, and you're not going to all of a sudden get all these new followers or
literally have a golden Petrarca on the set.
Like,
and don't you want? I mean, you want to be in a club that gives you a chance to play finals and be successful. He's got that.
Does he no longer believe that? Is there
well, maybe
is there more going under the surface at Melbourne? That's probably the question that needs to be answered.
Well, it's been bubbling away for a couple of years, really. So it probably is. The leaders like Gawn, who looks like a star.
Gawn and Viney.
Get in and sort it out. And if there's people who've got to be moved on, you make the call. But you can't let a great player go. And those great leaders have got to stand up and say, hang on, there's things going on here that we've got to change, if that's the case.
Yeah.
But there must be.
Well, you've got the Smith incident who's still out. Oliver, Neil Bullen's requested a trade to go home for family reasons, which, again, it can be a quick and easy way to get home if needed. I'm not saying he's doing that.
No, I know what you mean.
But so they may need to address some stuff. But I find, you look at Bryson DeChambeau, right? So he's a world superstar who does both. Plays golf. He shifted to live because the restraints of the PGA would not allow him to. He had to play X amount of weekends, and he's got more freedom, and he's got his golf YouTube channel now, etc. That's not going to change for Christian whether he plays at Melbourne or Carlton or Essendon or Collingwood. He's still going to have the same sort of restraints within the AFL, but his brand is not going to be...
Well, his brand will be tainted.
Not going to explode because he moves to Carlton. So I find that side of it just staggering.
And he wouldn't get booed by just Melbourne fans.
No.
When he's playing for Carlton against a Richmond or a Collingwood or even a Port Adelaide or whatnot, if people thought what was happening to Horne-Francis was unfair, I'm telling you, Petrarca will cop it.
Well, that's why if all these rumours and supposed comments are not true, and he needs to come out and clarify
and he should do it this week because otherwise it's going to be a very... I mean, I'm sure my colleagues who cover trades and rumours and speculation for a living, and this is their Christmas right now, would be loving the idea of 2 months of Christian Petrarca moving content.
But just 2 weeks. Well, there's no games to talk about this week, so it's going to be injuries and...
It'd be the biggest trade in history. on the basis that he's got, say, 6 years left. Like, you understand, like, there's been big player movement in the past, but Jeremy Cameron's out of contract.
And Harry Mackay's Harry Mackay's being speculated.
Well, he's the poster boy now for the trade because it's like, well, Melbourne need a key forward, so
They have a final to play.
it's
someone's made that up. Harry Mackay just speculating.
yeah. Well,
That's
I
not
think
right.
his manager came out and said that we've had no contacts from Carlton to indicate that.
No, I just think
that's
if this eventuates, this is going to be ugly and it's going to be sad.
Does Carlton need him in the
No.
fact that their midfield, like he's a superstar player. Anyone would take him. So it's not whether, but like you've got Paddy Cripps in there who's potentially going to win his second Brownlow. Walsh, they've got a good midfield mix.
yeah.
I don't know.
Doesn't add anything very different to that midfield mix, does
No.
it?
Oh, like
Powerful inside.
any team would have him.
Oh
But
yeah, but anyway, wouldn't be trading him.
Watch this space.